Crazy Catman, Kosher Lube, and Stolen Crashes on today's episode of 123 Jokes. Woo-hoo.
To 123 Jokes, the competitive comedy podcast where we take three stories from the news, tell three jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. My name is Jeremy Martinez.
My name is Ricardo Leone.
I am Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
And of course, we are joined by 123 Jokes superfan and guest judge, Scott Gregg. Thank you for coming back. We are also joined by a very funny comedian by the name of Krista K.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome, Krista, and you listeners and viewers may know Krista from her various reality TV appearances.
That is true. My first one was on Full Throttle Saloon. That was on True TV. It's the world's largest biker bar in Sturgis, South Dakota. And then my most recent one was on My Giant Life, which aired on TLC. I happen to be 6'5", so it was a documentary-style reality show about tall women.
All women specifically.
Wow.
Tall women specifically, yep. And I actually was the shortest one. I am a tall woman, yes. I'm 6'5", but actually the height requirement was 6'6", so they actually made me lie about my height. So it's like the first time I was ever too short for something.
You also had to stand on that apple box, yeah?
You had a beehive.
Yep.
Wait, they lied on a reality television show?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Krista, how many people's first question to you after they know your height is, do you play basketball?
Oh, yeah, that's very normal. And I'm a total, stereotype of tall person. I played college basketball. I played professional in Australia.
Oh, my God.
I'm
Wow.
a total stereotype.
Well,
it comes in handy.
That's amazing.
That leads to another question. What's the weather like up there?
It's actually a lot cleaner than it is down there.
Oh, interesting.
I knew it.
You know, some tall people, they'll say, oh, it's raining, and they'll spit on you. You know? Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe you've never been spit on by a tall person yet.
I've never had that happen. So I have a friend my friend Drew, who's I think 6'8" or something. He's really tall. And all the time when we go out, inevitably some random person will come up to him and go, "Whoa, you're really tall." And I'm thinking, what a weird thing to say to someone is if they don't know their height, to go up. It's
I literally,
rude.
I know. And it's it's the only thing that I've ever encountered where someone just comes up to you and just says an obvious statement. What? It's hey, you have dark hair. What? Duh. I realized this. This is not my first day being in the spot.
They think that they're giving you. You should, next time someone does it, you should go, "Oh my God."
What? No wonder I keep hitting my head on everything. Whoops.
I'm also 6'5", and when people tell me I'm tall, I look down and look really scared and go, "I'm scared of heights."
Oh no. That's such a dad joke, Scott.
I had one girl literally ask me if I was afraid of heights. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of am. And she's like, but how is that possible? Because you're so tall. She didn't think I could be afraid of heights because of how tall I am. I'm like, I'm not a building. What?
You're at least 120 stories.
I'm still a human being. What is going on?
But Krista, you do walk around with a parachute just in case, right?
I do, in case I trip. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed that the circles that I run in, everybody's about the same height. It's like Jeremy and Robert and I are roughly the same height. Jeremy's a little taller. Carly's not very tall.
Try to keep it pure.
Do you run in those circles, Krista?
Yeah, absolutely. And I always get asked, like, how do you ever find a boyfriend? Like, ugh, like, what guy's going to want to date you? Whatever. And I'm just like, I literally make eye contact with whoever. Like, if I'm in a crowd, I'm like, there's one. I'm like, hey, we see each other. What's up? You know what I mean? It's like literally weeding out every insecure guy.
But you're a cute girl. Like, let's be real.
Ooh.
It's not. Yeah. No, but for real.
Krista,
like,
are you into short women?
Come sit on mama's lap.
My boyfriend's in the other room. He might get jealous.
Mine is too.
So I'm wondering.
I think they'd be into it.
How did you and
You kids all should
Ricky?
get together.
How did Rick? How did you guys meet? How did you guys get connected?
I started
heard
following
her
me on Instagram.
Yeah, I heard her on Stefan's podcast.
Good friends of ours over at the Comedy Advice podcast.
Yeah, that was a fun podcast for sure. So, because actually, it's funny because I actually used to be a therapist. I actually have a master's degree in psychology. And so I'm all about like giving that advice because that was not made for me. I'm like, no, I'm such an empath. I get too involved in everyone's stories and I just need to help everyone. Yeah, that's not a good career for me.
Now I get why Ricky loves you.
I'm not in love with her.
That's why you were writing on your textbook.
I didn't say in love.
Ricardo K.
I can up your name. Alrighty, well, thank you for being on the show. Let's say we get into round one. Want to attract women? Keep your cat out of your dating profile. We have oh God, this is so corny. We have a catastrophic news for animal lovers. Men who like cats are less likely to get a date. That's the takeaway from a study by Colorado State University, which found that women are less likely to swipe right or say yes to men if they're posing with a cat in the picture. Scientists showed hundreds of women's photos of two men, both men pictured with and without a furry companion. Their responses showed that the men's luck got noticeably worse when the women saw the picture with a cat. Men holding cats were viewed as less masculine, more erotic, agreeable, and open, and less dateable, the authors of the study concluded. And I want to show you the photos of these men. Give me 1 second. This is going to be good.
This is so good. Oh, boy.
So, honestly,
I would swipe left on all of them.
I know. I was just thinking that. And if they should have had a picture of these guys with the dog, because I would swipe right on a dog, and I have. I would, and I have, and I will.
I think if it was a picture of just a dog, you would swipe right.
For sure.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, enough of this. Who wants to start us off for round one?
I'll start us off.
Okay.
Oh,
no, Krista, you go for it.
Should I go? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They say people tend to pick a pet that represents them the most. Well, I don't want to date a pussy.
I do.
Hey, girl, let me date that pussy.
Oh.
All right. I'll go next. I guess Jeremy is in the clear. He only has pictures of himself and his 8 ferrets.
Those newsflash, those aren't ferrets.
What does that mean?
It's his penis.
Hairy penis.
It's that hairy.
Those 8 ferrets.
8 penises. On that note, I'll go next. Okay, but what if I post this picture holding a giant boa constrictor?
Swipe left.
What if you did that?
I would totally date a woman who owned a cat. And if I ever said I wouldn't, I'd be lying.
Oh,
No.
Scott liked that one.
Maybe.
No, Scott, no.
All right, Krista, back to you.
Okay. The feeling I get when I think of dating a man with a cat is the same as when I get a DM from a guy wanting me to treat them like a carpet. I'll do it, but not for free.
I don't get that. Treating them like a carpet?
Okay, so that's actually a real DM that I have gotten. This guy took a selfie of himself pretending to be a carpet. And he was like, I want to be your carpet. And it's these guys that they enjoy punishment for like a fetish. And so I think he just wanted me to clean my shoes off on him. I don't know. Or like
I think he wants you to suction up his dick with a vacuum.
Something? Exactly. Vacuum. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like you do with all the carpet's tiny little dicks. Like you just... Yeah.
Maybe he wanted you to arrange furniture on him.
Yeah, I mean, something.
I think that he wanted you to take off your shoes before you stepped on him and just stay mostly on the runner.
Like, probably. Like do yoga on him or something weird. I don't know.
Shampoo me.
I want you to include my friend who likes being a yoga mat.
Yeah. And like, who took the photo? That's what I want to know. Like, his friend was like, okay, I need to be this girl's carpet. Okay, just, you know, how does it look? Do I look like a carpet? You know,
his mom took it.
Hey, I'll
do anything for love.
He probably has cats. Just saying.
All right.
If he has cats, his carpet's full of dander.
Yeah, and those like pet. What is it? That's specialty for pet hair. I don't know. Shampooer.
Really getting in the weeds with this carpet talk.
The dirt devil.
Dirt devil. Ooh, be my dirt devil.
You know what? I get it. Who wants to do it with a guy whose favorite sexual position is kitty style?
He just does this.
You don't want to know what he does.
Just sticks his asshole out.
I just realized I said he does this, and then I didn't make any noise. So anyone listening to the podcast could be like, what you doing? And for those listening, I was acting like a kitty.
Who's next?
Jeremy. Another piece of evidence showed that Dog Stevens got a lot more tail.
Men who are dog owners tend to get put in the man's best friend zone.
Man, there's a lot of.
I wanted to like that one.
All right, Krista.
My turn. Okay, just kidding. All right.
You have the floor.
A man with a cat makes me think of Dr. Evil. He's creepy, used too many air quotes, and his favorite song is probably I want chicken, I want liver, meow mix, please deliver.
Sexy stuff.
How about meow, Scott?
All right. I think the issue is less about masculinity and more because guys who own cats also own anime figurines.
Do you know from experience?
Yeah, I've seen a few guys with anime figurines. I don't know what the fuck.
Don't you have a cat?
Not anymore. I got rid of it because I wasn't getting any tail.
With all your figurines. You just put them all in a box and shipped it away.
Yeah, I was like, something needs to change.
Once it started knocking the anime figurines off the shelf, I'm getting rid of it. Well, I haven't got a lot of dates from my profile. I blame the cat in the picture, although some people say the microwave around the cat is the problem.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Did you ever get that request, Krista, to step on cats with the heels on?
Not cats. I've gotten that request with mice.
Oh my God. What sites are you on?
And I did not do that. No, just Instagram. There's this weird thing called message requests, and it's the best comedy material I could possibly ask for. Yeah. Like, I got asked to, like, bake a cake and then, like, video myself stepping on it.
Oh my God, I would totally do that. Will someone pay me?
That's good work if you can get
it. Someone will pay me to bake a cake and then put my foot in it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, sign me up.
Yeah, seriously.
That's the easiest money in the
like
world.
Krista K.
Sounds like I'm in the wrong gender.
Do you do that for free or what?
For parties, kids' birthday parties, he just comes and steps on their cake.
They don't like it for some reason. I don't know.
This one's on the house.
I'm just an amateur right now. I haven't started monetizing it yet.
The first cake smash is free.
Right.
Rick, do you have another one?
Yes, I do.
All right, close it up.
Women tend to not want to date cat owners because they're not looking forward to that rough tongue. Or they are.
Yeah, it depends on who you talk to.
They're either not or they are.
All right, so that'll do it for the jokes in round one. We're going to go to our guest judge, Scott Gregg. How do the points shake out?
Okay. What I decided to do was do the scoring a little bit different. I picked out a few keywords after looking over the stories and decided to give you a point if you mention those words.
Oh.
And I also did a couple of bonuses. So based on that,
Krista, usually we base the points on merit, but Scott's gone rogue.
That's okay. This is fun regardless.
I figured awarding the funniest joke has never worked out for us, so I thought. And so, with a very strong round, we have Rick with 3.
Well, what was the word? What was the word?
You want to know the words?
Of course. What are these points?
Okay. You got them if you mention the word pussy. If you mention anything about sex. If you mention the Tiger King, I was very disappointed we didn't have a Tiger King. If you mentioned any other animal, or if you mentioned Tinder itself. You lost points if you mentioned Facebook. And I gave bonuses for songs and dad jokes.
Oh, no.
It got 3 points.
Damn it.
Krista had 2, and Jeremy had 2, and Bob had 2.
Hey, Scott, are you sure microwave wasn't on your list of words?
It was not. I didn't think of that one.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Scott, do you want to give us a preview of how you're judging the next round, or do you want it to be a surprise?
Surprise.
It's a surprise. I don't want any ad-libbers to...
Oh, okay. Well, sounds good. Let's get to it in round 2. Oregon man driving stolen vehicle crashes into woman driving stolen car. In a car. I love this story. Justice. A car crash a couple weeks ago resulted in both drivers being arrested after police in Oregon discovered they were both driving stolen vehicles. Newburgh Dundee police chased 27-year-old Randy Lee Cooper in a stolen Land Cruiser before he careened into a Buick Regal as he was attempting to elude officers. Cooper was arrested and charged with multiple crimes, including assault and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. In the process, police discovered that the driver of the Buick was 25-year-old Kristen Nicole Beeg. Beeg? I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm going to say Big U.
Thank you. Big U to you, too. Big U was under the influence of intoxicants, and her vehicle had also been reported stolen 3 weeks prior. She was also arrested and charged with driving under the influence and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle.
All right. I will start things off in this round. The two were also charged with a Class 1 felony meet cute.
Yeah, don't you hope that they kind of like fell in love and end up together?
My jokes say yes.
Yeah, the premises of all my jokes. Yeah.
Yep. Same too.
That's like a weird Magic 8 Ball. My jokes say yes.
My jokes
say
come back
yes.
later.
Okay. Keeping on the theme. The two fell in love and are engaged to be married. They put out a registry of gifts they're asking people to steal from Bed Bath & Beyond.
That's good.
The couple danced to their first dance to their favorite song, the Dave Matthews hit "Crash Into Me."
Yeah. All right, Krista, go ahead.
Okay. It's pretty ironic to get a DUI, get arrested for stealing a vehicle, and run into your soulmate all in the same day.
It's not that uncommon.
You got your ball, you got your chain.
To me tight, tie me up again.
Do you know that song's about sex?
It's about cream pies.
I'm sorry, it was more innocent than I thought.
Can I just point out that cream pies has been mentioned on this show in a sexual way like many, many times.
But how many times in a non-sexual way?
Like, no one's eating those, right?
No, check your DMs, I guess.
Yeah.
I do.
That's probably
right.
Robert and I have both impregnated women, so it's kind of our thing.
Because of a cream pie?
Do you know what a cream pie is, you dummy?
You told me once, but I think I blocked it out of my mind.
It's a sweet treat.
On your face? Or on your chest?
I think this was the same line of questioning as last time. Don't worry about it.
Your body does the cream end up on?
It's not on your body.
I thought Rick was going to say, bend over and I'll show you.
Hey.
I thought Rick
an entirely different thing.
I thought Rick was going to say that.
You guys, I think someone cheated and they know that Scott gives 1 point for every cream pie. For every cream pie you give.
Yeah. God loves it. He's got a sweet tooth.
2 points if you receive.
All right. It's hard to understand exactly how Cupid's magic works, but apparently it involves a police scanner. I should also say I had trouble with this story.
Yeah, this was my hardest one too for some reason.
I have 4 jokes for this one.
Well, let's hear one of them.
Okay, here's one of them. The two could easily have met online, as both had dating profiles on efelony.com.
Yes.
These two still count themselves as virgins, as they've only been rear-ended.
All right.
Settle down.
Okay, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, these two could be like Rihanna and Chris Brown. They're bad at hit and runs.
No.
It looks like these two have already ended their relationship after simultaneously catching the other cheating on the highway.
The cops investigating the crash cited both of their parents for being at fault.
That was the worst joke I've ever heard in my life.
Wait, cream pie.
Save it.
Cream pie.
Good save. Good callback.
A cream pie.
I imagine like I'm tipping my hat, like a cream pie.
A cream pie to you.
Yeah, top of the cream pie too, yeah?
All right.
That's the episode title.
I was about to say, is that an episode title?
I think that's the episode title.
All right. All right, go ahead, Rick.
Top of the cream pie to you is going to be the name of this episode.
And I'm going to make sure to attribute the quote to you.
Krista, just so you know, forever on the internet, you're going to be associated with Top of the Cream Pie with Krista K.
Yeah, that'll go really well with my children's book I have out. I really do, by the way.
And weird, it's the same title.
Weird.
Do you really?
It's
you
teaching
really
children. I really do have a
It's
children's
part,
book.
it's part of the series of Good Night, Moon Pie.
Yeah. Yep. You need to teach them young, you know?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Good thing you're writing a book.
Yeah,
It's that famous book, Are You My Baby's Mama?
Yeah.
Rick, go ahead.
Wow, that's a pretty bad wreck. Who's your insurance provider, and what's your sign?
That's good. Okay. This situation just reminds me of a Rihanna song. We found love in a hopeless place. Oh. That's all I got. I didn't tune before the show.
I intended to.
Mama many M&Ms.
Krista, actually.
Krista, were you in choir when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, because really in choir, they make you go, Mommy, baby, mash my M&Ms.
Yeah. Well, I think, I don't know where I heard that. I think one of my friends was like, and I thought it was hilarious. So it stuck.
Yeah, we used to sing it and we just go up in octaves.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that sound means? It's the end of round 2. So we're going to go to our guest judge, Scott Gregg. What is the criteria and what are the points?
Okay. I had any mention of tying it back into our cat story were tender, meeting by accident.
Uh-huh.
Any mentions of insurance companies
Oh,
Hey.
Oh, shit.
were, any reference to like car crash from movies like Duke Boys or Bandit or Blues Brothers. I kind of mixed it up. I decided to do the bonus the same way for songs and dad jokes. Didn't have any dad jokes, but I had a couple of songs this time. And so in this round, we had Rick, Krista, and Jeremy all scoring 2, and Bob scoring 1 point.
Oh.
I'm liking my chances for this episode. Songs are not my favorite.
Can I do my fourth joke?
Please do.
Okay. What do you get when you cross a stolen Land Rover with a stolen Buick?
What?
That story their grandkids will be deeply disturbed by.
That's cute. I like that one, Jeremy.
Any additional points, Scott Gregg?
I'm not going to close this joke, but I did have here on my paper the negative for this round, which I had Facebook last round, was mentions of other types of vehicles.
Oh.
Awarded the
No, I
point.
did it.
So Jeremy should be losing points, but he won't.
He would
Wait.
get 1.
Why would those were the 2 vehicles they drove?
Okay, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but with your point system, it sounds like it's anyone's game in round 3.
Robert, you should have checked with Scott about what the criteria was before the episode, like the rest of us.
I know it. Well, let me warm up my vocal cords. What's that exercise, Carly?
Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Mommy made me mash.
All right.
Did we lose somebody?
No, we're good.
Round 3. Kosher lube puts oral sex on the menu for Orthodox Jews. Rabbis have rarely generated so much excitement, at least not in the bedroom. For the first time, Orthodox Jews can buy sexual lubricants that have been declared kosher. The U.S. made lubes called Wet have now 8 different lines that have been given a religious stamp of approval, including its ecstasy product. This means that rabbis from the Rabbinical Council of California have inspected Wet's 52,000 square foot production plant and researched the origins of every ingredient to check none comes from items prohibited by kosher law. But what's the need for a kosher lubricant, you ask? Well, kosher certification is only relevant to Jews who swallow a product. Really, it's only necessary for the God-fearing who intentionally swallow it, but some strict observers go further and buy kosher products if there is a risk of accidentally swallowing them. So, although Orthodox Jews haven't been waiting for the rabbinic nod before using lubes, they have been limited in what they can do with them.
Okay.
All right. I think I start this one off. Unfortunately for Ricardo Leone, blowjobs still aren't kosher on account of his shrimp dick.
Yes, that's awesome. That's really good.
We basically got an amen on that joke. It's like, yeah. Praise Jesus.
Praise Jesus.
You know I'm a Gentile because I just drink it straight from the bottle.
What?
So I go after you?
I'll tell you when you're older, Carly.
No, I mean, you just guzzle lube.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Why?
We can talk about that after this show. Krista, it is your turn.
Okay. It's crazy to think that Jews haven't figured out that saliva is kosher. Like, who uses lube for oral sex? I'm sorry. Who's doing that?
That's a really good point. I have that
Like-
too, basically.
Yeah, that is weird.
Old Cottonmouth Courtney.
Well, I mean, once you're,
It's for the
getting
cat
into
jokes.
it.
Cats.
That's like now their commercial is like Ben Stein for dry red tongue kosher lube is awesome.
All right, I'm gonna do mine. I thought that Jewish people could use any type of lube so long as it's applied through a hole in a sheet.
Oh, fucker.
I made sure to get that one out before
Yeah, that's how you do
else.
it. That's how you fuck it.
This company is also releasing a line of sheets with holes in them.
Jeremy, was there ever a situation where a woman was like, "Can we have sex through the sheet?" And you said, "Oh, are you Jewish?" And she goes, "What do you mean? No."
Can we have
No, I
sex
do
with
it.
this bag over your head?
Oh, are you Jewish? No.
I'm like, well, let me get my foot out of this cake and I'll do it.
Yeah.
The cake needs to be kosher, though.
Give me a minute to get my foot out of this cake.
This unleavened cake.
Yeah. It's like a chip.
You know why it's unleavened cake?
Why?
Because in the Passover story, when the Jews were escaping Egypt, they didn't have time to put their foot in a real cake. The Jews
And
will
that
like
cake
it.
lasts for 8 days.
The Jews will like
Because
it.
nobody wanted to touch it.
Yeah, which is weird because putting your foot in it is something you can kind of do on the go.
You can't cross the Red Sea with the foot on your cake on your foot.
That's why you make cupcakes.
Yeah. And it looks like Abraham brought his cake shoes.
Abraham.
So much religious talk on this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carly, as our resident Semite, make sure that we're all, on the level with these jokes.
Fine.
I think, Rick, you might have gone out of turn. I think Jeremy's up.
Oh, sorry.
The lube comes in 8 flavors. Wow, the dongberries taste like dongberries.
Coincidentally, dongberries are not kosher.
We are the dream makers.
My turn.
Rick, do you want to repeat your last joke? Or?
Oh.
Okay, then Krista, go ahead.
I forgot it.
Oompa loompa. Ya da 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 ya da 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 da.
I think Carly's just doing her own thing right now.
I was making an Oompa Loompa joke.
She's muted everybody else.
All right. Kosher lube. One more thing Jews won't spend their money on.
Is that accurate, Carly?
No.
I've never seen Carly more offended.
You don't ever need to lube up your tail?
Just my horns.
You have good saliva, right?
The chosen saliva,
yeah. It's the number one chosen brand in the country.
This lube can be used for kosher sex, but it cannot be used for porking.
Oh,
That's good. That's good. Anyone who tells a joke like that afterwards is really missing out.
It's like I could use a cigarette after that joke.
So I'll just do mine because it's similar. Though the app has never been kosher. Porking.
Seems like it's lacking a little something. I don't know what it. Maybe it needs a little lube. Just
applesauce.
Yeah, your humor's a little dry. Lube it up.
I'd prefer that joke if it had been honey glazed.
To combat another excuse, the lube contains acetaminophen to treat headaches. Damn it, I fucked that up. To combat another excuse, the lube also contains acetaminophen to treat headaches.
That's cute. That's cute.
All right, Krista?
Okay, I made like a little commercial. Okay. Hey, Jews. Sorry.
Does this ever happen to
you? That's one of those famous quotes from a commercial. Hey, Jews.
Hey.
Where's the beef?
We'll be right back.
Does this ever happen to Jew?
Hey, Jews. Tired of using the same old saliva for oral sex? Introducing Kosher Lube. Yum! Brought to you by Wet. Made right here in the United States. Get your dreidel spinning with 8 different flavors. Wet tested, rabbi approved.
And we're back with 1, 2, 3 jokes after a word from our sponsor.
That was cute.
I'm not good. Never mind. I'm not sorry.
Apology accepted, Jeremy. Let's see. Directions. Apply evenly prior to sexual activity. Add smoked salmon and capers if desired.
I was trying to think of something about oral sex not being kosher. Something about foreskin. I don't know.
Well, what could have been, but that'll do it for round 3. Scott, Greg, do we have a winner of this episode?
Oh, we do. In round 3, the bonus words were any type of Jewish food, Jewish mention of Jewish parents or grandparents, Jewish holidays, mention of like money, being tight with money.
Of course.
The Midas mentioned any other types of religion. And the bonus was, and the Midas was also doing any type of song. I was hoping somebody might try to change it.
Dreidel, I made you out of clay.
But
I think a lot of my jokes had latkes in them. The inference with my joke is that there were latkes in them.
The bonus was everybody the joke before it happened, before somebody else got one.
Oh,
really?
Oh, wait. Who gets the point? The person who told the joke first?
Right. The person that stole the joke first gets the point.
That's 2, baby.
Oh.
In that round, Rick did not score, so he's got 5.
Whoa!
Jeremy scored 1, giving him 5. Krista scored 1, giving her 5. and Bob scored 3, giving him 6.
Whoa!
No pun intended, but a come from behind.
Do I get points for a Jewish food in a song if I go, Mommy made me mash my matzo balls?
Yeah.
That's called that's a number 2 combo.
That's how they do on the roof.
Mommy made me put my foot in a matzo ball.
For money.
I had a weird
It's weird, and I need therapy now.
What about this? If I were a tits man.
All day long, I'd yabba
I
I think that's a
I want to get on you and go yabba dabba da.
If I were a filthy man.
Well, that's how we congratulate the winner.
Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you. We're going to talk a little bit more to our guest, but first we're going to see if Carly Kastner has any burning questions.
You know I do. Okay, let's take it back to our middle story about the car crashing. Every joke was about a meet cute, so I simply want to know, what is a meet cute that you've ever had, or what's the best meeting story?
It's like, what is a meet cute?
Do any of you guys have any good meet cute stories?
No.
About us personally or someone we might know or what?
Either. Yeah, I'd rather hear about you, but if you don't have one, maybe someone you heard about.
Well, I was watching this television show, and this woman dropped her papers.
In an elevator, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I have one, actually.
Okay.
How about we let our guests share her story first, Carly?
Oh.
Yeah, I would love that.
I can, yeah.
Then again,
what?
I was going to say maybe the example would be helpful to her to know.
No,
Sorry, Krista.
You know
sounds like you got one in the chamber.
We've changed our mind. Our guest will not speak.
I usually like to contribute if I feel like no one has anything to, fill the silence, because, it's a podcast.
Krista's got one, though. Krista's got one.
Good. Krista, go.
I got one, yeah. Okay, so last March, I ended up being in Laughlin, Nevada. Are you guys familiar with Laughlin?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like baby Vegas. Yeah, so
It's actually Vegas for old people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Which is totally
what
cool.
happens there? What happens there stays there because dementia.
Nobody remembers.
It's literally forgotten. Yeah. So I end up being at this bar with my aunt who lives in Quartzsite during the winter, Quartzsite, Arizona, and I accidentally got kind of drunk, and so my way of flirting with this guy across the bar was throwing ice at him. I thought that was cool. So yeah. And so I was throwing ice at him, and then he was like with some guys, and he ends up coming over, has a wedding ring on. I was like, damn it. And then his friend was like trying to hit on me, and I'm like, no, thank you. But he friended me on Facebook, whatever. Okay. So fast forward to this March, that same guy that kept track of me all year was like, hey, do you have any shows? We're all back in town. We'd love to meet up. So the same guy I was like throwing ice at no longer has a wedding ring on. And so I'm like, hey. And like, long story short, like we just automatically connected. We were like, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, I live with him now in Washington.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Everything went according to plan.
Ice cube. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's really a cute story.
Isn't that crazy?
Cute. Yeah.
And then he was like my quarantine love. Yeah, it's weird.
Wow.
All right, so Carly Saviors is probably some bullshit. So
It's not as good as yours. That's for sure.
It's like the current one I'm in. It's weird. Yeah.
Carly,
you should have gone first.
Well, I had two like kind of cute meet cutes. The first one was actually at Chipotle. I think I might have told this story on the podcast before. It had been like a terrible long day at work, and I was so disheveled and tired, and I went to the Chipotle by my house after work to get dinner, and the line was like out the door. And I get there and I'm standing in line and the guy in front of me is on crutches and is like hobbling through the line. So after a minute, I was like, why don't you go sit down? And when I get to the front, I'll call you back up and you can come and order your food. And he was like, oh my God.
You go on your crutches all the way over to that table and then come back all the way back.
Have you ever been to Chipotle? It's not like a mix.
You could stand here and lean against this wall, so you should go over there.
He was struggling, you guys, and so he went.
This is what Carly does. She finds the weak or injured in the herd.
Well, anyway, he went and sat down, and then when I got back up to the front, I called him up, and he came and he went before me and he ordered his food, and he gets his food and he walks out. And then I got to the cash register and I went to go pay, and they were like, oh, that guy already took care of it. And I was like, what? So I like ran after him, to the parking lot, and I was like, hey,
buy me more burritos.
I said, you didn't have to do that. That was so sweet of you. And he goes, no, it just really appreciated. No one else offered, and you're such a sweet girl. Maybe we can go out sometime. And we did. We went out on a couple dates, but it didn't work out.
And then you guys moved to Washington together.
Well, no, now I have a different boyfriend that I met playing kickball.
He broke his leg too.
Yeah.
Yeah, once that guy got off his crutches, no interest.
Well, I wasn't that interested, and then
Harder to catch.
Yeah, I wasn't that interested, and then I saw him limping to the car, so I really got to chase after him.
When I was playing college basketball, we were playing in an out-of-town game, and the ball went toward the stands, and I saved it, throwing it back into the crowd. Well, I landed in a young lady's lap.
On accident, Scott?
Yeah.
And then I ran back on court and finished. But when I came out of the locker room to go to the bus, she was waiting out there and gave me her phone number. We went out for a little bit.
All right.
Wow.
Did you do the old cut a hole in the basketball trick?
I should have.
Wait, what? What
Jeremy? Jeremy, do you have anything?
Well,
yeah,
Carly, was a joke. Jeremy.
I know, but explain, because you meant it.
Well, if you have a needle-shaped dick, it already has a hole. So, yeah, I'm a little confused because, in a movie, a meet cute is very obvious where two storylines intersect and they fall in love. But I guess anytime you meet someone and date them, like, that's not online and you, like, actually meet them out in public, I guess that's a meet cute? Because
no.
Or do you have to go on and get married? Because, ex-girlfriends, we met in public. I met one girl playing blackjack at the casino. And then like at one point she ran out of money, so I was like, "Oh, I'm winning," and I gave her like a $5 tip to play another hand, and we just played.
I won a bunch of money at the casino, and I paid a woman to.
I paid a woman to come back to the hotel. She was like, "Oh, looks like you're lucky tonight. Why don't we go back to the hotel?" And
Jeremy, this qualifies as a meet, but you have left the cute part out of it.
Oh, well, anyways, this was in Laughlin. I don't remember much of what else happened.
It happens. It totally happens.
So is it a meet cute even if it ends in like a split cute?
Yeah, yes. But
usually
when people break up, it's not very cute.
I had a really good
This was pretty cute. So I ran out of money at the casino, and she wouldn't give me some, so I said, "We're through." That's the split cute.
That's adorable.
Again, I'm hearing the split part.
Well, I think Krista wins this segment, the meet cute segment.
Thank you.
Krista, is there anything you want to point the people to online, or I heard tale of a children's book that's out that maybe you want to promote?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do have a children's book. It's called A Head Above the Rest.
Oh,
main character's a giraffe.
That's really cute.
Yeah, it's I was always taller than everyone else, so I basically wrote it to empower people that are different, which is all of us at the end of the day, because of course we all have our insecurities, especially in childhood. And so it's just a guide to loving yourself, because when you love yourself, you can be a head above the rest no matter how tall you are. So it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart.com.
Oh my God, I'm going to go out and buy that book right away because I work with kids and I just love that message. I think it's adorable. And
Really tall kids.
Well, I'm excited. If Krista, I'm asking you this on the air. If I buy the book and commit to reading it with my students online, would you ever be willing to join us in a virtual session? And
of course,
say, hi, I wrote the book.
And I actually have a lesson plan too that I can email you. So
this is great. Oh my God, really cool. Oh, I'm so excited.
The lesson that's already done for you.
Yes, Krista, this is our meet cute. Our professional meet cute.
That's right.
We encourage everyone to go out and buy the book because Krista has promised to give our show 20% of the proceeds for everybody.
And it's very kind of you, Krista. Thank you.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys $1.
Did you want to also tell people about your Instagram or perhaps maybe some online shows you're doing or anything that might be coming up?
Everything is Krista K Comedy. So Krista Kay comedy spelled with a C. No 3 Ks here. Nope.
Nice try.
Nope, not here. So check out those. I've been trying to get cool on TikTok. It's not working, but I don't know if you guys are into that. Follow my weirdness there. So I'm doing all the stuff. So I'm on YouTube too. I'm doing a lot more sketch comedy stuff. So check it out.
And we'll include the links in the show's description, so make it a little easier on you folks. Scott, Greg, is there anything you want to tell the people about?
Yeah, I just want to plug my trivia podcast. I'm the media right with the world on Facebook. That was Trivia Roast, ROGUES. It's just fun if you like pub trivia. They're all about learning more about different topics that will help you out with your trivia.
Sounds good. And those links will also be included. And of course, you can find us anywhere that you find podcasts. And we would appreciate if you gave us some feedback, some likes, some shares, subscribe to the show, rate, review, all that stuff really helps us out. So anywhere that you can do that, we would appreciate it. Our good friend Aaron Kraft, he does the music for this show, and you can find him on SoundCloud at Captain Lovecraft, CAPT period, LOVEKRAFT, and that should just about do it for the show.
I'm Jeremy Martinez.
I'm Ricardo Leon.
I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
I'm Scott Gregg.
I'm Krista K.
All right.
And this has been another episode of 1, 2, 3, Joe!
Jokes.